What's up, guys? Zero chillin' here. So today I want to talk to you guys about risk reward. Something I've come to realize while playing Guilty Gear Strive is that players heavily rely on risky options that don't always give the highest amount of reward. Now, if that's not something that concerns you, this video is irrelevant. But if you've ever been frustrated at your options not working, dealing with constant losses, some of these tips may be helpful. And it doesn't just apply to Guilty Gear Strive. These are tips that work in all fighting games. With that being said, you can hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content and you want to see more like it. I hope you look forward to the things we may learn in this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Tip number 1. Be mindful of which buttons you press versus the opponent's buttons. I notice my opponent likes to use Heavy Chemical Love, which is Ino's primarily anti-aerial button, to stop my approaches. That wouldn't be such a bad thing if I was jumping a lot. However, I know that I can run underneath that button and get a massive counter hit punish. This results in my opponent losing the round. Tip number 2. Don't get flustered by your opponent's aggression. There are plenty of defensive options to use when you have meter. Blue RC can turn a bad situation into a good one. Gold bursting can be used when you expect your opponent to approach with a button and reward you with meter. There are a plethora of options to figure out, but my opponent's too nervous and decides to choose every possible option, and I choose to do nothing and just whiff punish. If you stay calm, situations like these will rarely occur. And if they do, you'll be less frustrated knowing that you chose one option and were wrong, as opposed to choosing all of them and being wrong. Tip number 3. Be mindful of the position you're in when you give up your burst. In this example, Leo bursts at a position where Kai won't receive much reward with his counter hit sweep. Sure, he gets a knockdown, but he won't break the wall and receive positive bonus at this position. Since he's not a high damage character, and there are at least 2 more exchanges he needs to win the round, the burst can be kept for the second scenario, like when I ended up using the dust and dealing massive damage. Be mindful of these things when you use them. Tip number 4. Accept that you may guess wrong sometimes. However, stand your ground and stick to your game plan. Often, when a wall break occurs, I use those few seconds to think about what's going wrong or what's going right. If I don't have an answer to the scenario, I have another round or another game to think of one. If I haven't thought of it by the end of the match, training mode's the next logical step. Or asking someone that does have an answer. Really realize that it's okay to not know things. Tip number 5. Use prior knowledge to gain advantage in the next round. As shown before, when Leo put me in an unfavorable position, I guessed with Dragon Punch and lost to Leo's parry. The same situation occurs here, except I decide to wait and I'm rewarded with a corner throw. This is Kai's best position, and now I can control the match. That's all from me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to keep on rocking.